Hi, and good evening. My name is Reverend Donna, and I am looking forward to sharing just a brief message tonight. We're closing in on New Year's. New Year's Eve is tomorrow night, and then New Year's Day is on Friday. And I'm looking forward to what 2021 brings for all of us. What I thought I would share tonight is a little bit of trivia about New Year's that I think can, in a way, give us an opportunity to see the spirituality in the ending of a year as we prepare for the beginning of a new year. I know in other faith traditions, New Year's was on Halloween, and we're preparing for the winter and giving thanks for that which they had to get them through the winter. And that's what Samhain was all about. So tonight, I wanted to talk about New Year's and some of the traditions that we have within New Year's. For some of us on New Year's Eve, we get together. I know there are many different faith traditions that have events on New Year's Eve to come together, more of a social activity as a way of celebrating the newness, the new year, and what's next to come, like a new chapter. I know for those of us who might be grieving, might be dreading this night because you used to spend it with your loved one who isn't here, or you took this time to make plans for the next year, vacations, goals that you had, home improvements, whatever it might be. So there might be a variety of feelings and emotions that we're feeling leading into the new year. 2020 has definitely been a unique year for many of us, having to not interact with as many people as we might have liked to be safe and just try and stay healthy. And I want to acknowledge that coming into the new year, that it might feel strange or different. Um, I know in our faith tradition, we have a family that opens up their doors on New Year's Eve for those who would like to come and have a potluck, and they play games and they celebrate together. And we're not able to do that this year, so they've opened it up for a Zoom party. So I'm looking forward to participating in that tomorrow night for a little while, because it will still give me some kind of a connection. It won't be the same as in the past, so it's important to acknowledge that. And at the same time, it's giving us an opportunity to celebrate with our loved ones in a different way, but a safe way. And it's still giving us that opportunity to celebrate spirit within us. When we can have that heart-to-heart connection, whether it's in person, through Zoom, FaceTime, on the phone, there are a variety of ways we can feel that heart-to-heart connection, and I want to acknowledge that at this time of year. In Ireland, they have a couple of traditions that I thought were kind of fun and meaningful at the same time. I was on one of the websites, it's called Bite Size Irish Blog, and they were talking about some of the different traditions that in Ireland at end of year. And there's two I wanted to share. One, they honor the dead on New Year's Eve by putting a extra plate at the table on New Year's Eve, or they will leave the door unlatched, they're unlocked to allow some kind of an interaction with their loved one. And I thought that was sentimental and meaningful to many of us. The other thing they like to do is just before midnight is they will open their back door to their home as well as opening their front door, because when they're opening their back door, they're letting the old year out, and as they open their front door, they're welcoming the new year in. And at the same time as they're welcoming the new year in, other neighbors are opening their doors, so they're able to greet one another and wish them all a happy new year. What a beautiful way to start the year. What a beautiful way to feel connected with one another. And within our faith tradition, spirituality is an inside job. We are spirit incarnate, so there's a spirit within us, that divine seed. And when we're greeting our neighbors in a pleasant manner, welcoming them into whatever is new for us in this new year, it's another way to connect with spirit. And I found that beautiful and heartwarming. So I wanted to share those two traditions with you. In Germany, they give little gifts. They're meant to be thoughtful gifts to welcome them to the new year for good luck. It could be marzipan shaped, which is almond paste shaped mushrooms or pigs. Um, it's a way to honor someone that they care about and wish them good luck in the new year. And I think that's a meaningful way as well. Here in America, many times we um, get together on New Year's and we come up with um, a word for the year. That's something I've done for many years, and I'll be doing it again this year. Unfortunately, I forgot the word I picked for 2020, and it's probably a good thing. But I'm going to pick something different for 2021. I haven't picked it yet because I'm still praying about it, but I'm hoping that it will give me an opportunity to express the creativity that's within me, to see the peace and the joy that's out in the world, even with all the changes that are going on around me. I want to be anchored in spirit a little bit more, and a deeper connection to spirit. I kind of feel like in this last year, I've grown a deeper relationship with spirit because I've spent so much more time alone, as many of us have, having to stay home and isolating or quarantining, or the stay at home requests, things like that. So I have had an opportunity to go a little bit deeper into my spiritual practice, and I hope to continue that in the new year. Because as we say goodbye to this year, we're preparing for the new year. Brad Paisley has a quote that says, tomorrow is the brand new page of a new book, or something close to that. And what he's talking about is we have another chapter being started, another year. We have 365 days in the next year. Pick a good one to start your chapter, to start your new year. And I think that's something that's also meaningful for many of us. Others set intentions. Others have cabbage or chickpeas, um, something special in their diet that day, a New Year's Day, as a way to set an intention for the new year. Maybe there's an affirmation that we can choose to express how we wish to experience 2021, or experience our relationships or career or growth, whatever it is we want to experience more of in 2021. Just please remember that God is always there. In our faith tradition, we teach God is in the midst of all. So when we have that opportunity to celebrate that spirit, that truth that's within us, we recognize God is always in the midst of each and every experience we're having. And that as I can look beyond appearances and look to the higher truth, I can call forth that in. And that's a gift. That is truly a beautiful gift that we give each other and ourselves when we can come from that higher truth of spirituality. So as we prepare to let go of this year and prepare to let go of that which no longer serves us, we can call forth that which we want to experience. Unity often does a burning bowl ceremony around New Year's, and they give us an opportunity to, on one piece of paper, to write down, on one side of a piece of paper, to write down what it is you'd like to let go of, and on the other side, write what it is you want to embrace or experience. And then they ceremoniously burn it as a way of releasing it back into the nothingness, back into the universe. And there's that opportunity, I think, for us to do that as well if we feel called to do that. So I'm going to encourage you to spend some time in the quiet, whatever it is that works for you to connect with the divine within. And really contemplate and reflect on this last year. If you can, find something that you're grateful for, and then choose something that you want to embrace, or some quality that you want to embrace in the new year, and set that intention. You don't have to share it with anyone. It can be between you and spirit. You can put it on your altar or in your prayer box, or write it in your journal, or whatever works for you, to have that connection with spirit and truly set an intention for a beautiful year ahead of us. None of us know what to expect, but I do trust that there is good, that there is good that is expressing, there is good that is showing up in our world, that there is good and there is love and there's peace that is present for all of us, that we can reflect to each other and be that light. We've been talking about this season being the season of light. And a candle, when it lights another candle, doesn't diminish its own light. And that is the truth of who we are. Our light always shines brightly. And when it might feel like it's flickering, reach out to another light being, and maybe their light can help your light reignite. As I turn within in prayer, I am so grateful for tonight. I am so grateful for the gift that we have in spirit, the gift we have in new beginnings, the gift that we have in knowing the qualities of God, of peace, of love, of joy, of beauty, of wisdom and intelligence, that I recognize and know these are present, expressing themselves in, through, and as each and every one of us, because we are all divine expressions of God. As I let go of that which no longer serves me, I step into a higher idea of, and I allow that essence to express itself through and as me as I move into this new year, illuminated in light, illuminated in the Christ light, illuminated in grace. Grateful, grateful, grateful for knowing the highest ideas unfolding. I release my word into the law where I know it is already done. I let it be, and so it is. Namaste, everyone, and Happy New Year.